We are getting into a shot in the arm, just what the doctor ordered. And we know that we want to get ready for 2023. And Advocate Arthur Marara, an award-winning attorney, a business and transformational speaker, as well as an author, is in studio to help us get 2023 ready. Good morning, Advocate. Properly now. Officially, good morning and welcome.
Good to say you, boy.
David.
It's always great being with the studio with you, eh?
Oh,
and
that's
I
nice.
love what you're doing in Wange Victoria Falls. That's so amazing.
Oh.
And chinonzo holiday akusena kumusha. Ona wana kanze entwena holiday ina kumusha. Usually already no shanda.
Yeah.
So we hope people are going to be organizing planning as well for 2023.
Yeah.
So that you can just go out there and relax.
Some downtime.
Just enjoy.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I've been doing during the holiday, I've been doing nothing. Pretty much. I've just been resting.
Okay.
Why? Because I also need to recharge and prepare myself for 2023. But let's prepare people for 2023. And how are we going to do that? I want to have a very important conversation with everyone on something called personal growth.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this, but we really need to emphasize if on 2022 akauya akapera vanhu vakawanda apana meaningful growth in their lives. And what we need to help people is get a point where we go beyond just saying, I'm 30 years old, I'm 31 years old, I'm 32. No. Beyond just saying another year added, what is the corresponding growth in your life? Which is, I think, that's the one thing that I want people to be excited about. Let's be excited about growth, meaningful growth in our personal lives. And I'm going to be sharing with you some few principles that I think are very important. So before we went live, I showed you a certain image. You saw that?
You did.
And I think every woman is going to understand this image. This is an image that shows what is called fetal growth from 8 weeks to 40 weeks.
Yeah.
In other words, if you're carrying an embryo at 8 weeks, really. But no, there's something growing, develop. And the next thing, I want you to remind what we're talking about. 16 weeks, 20 weeks, 24 weeks. As the time is moving, there's also realizable growth. No, there's some change. Up to week 40, but already growth. So a number of people, Yvonne, we are at a level where famba in our lives are the weeks. Time famba. But there is no corresponding growth in our lives. We're not putting pressure on anyone, by the way. We are simply saying you need to sit down and introspect. Are you growing? So if you go and you say I'm 32 weeks pregnant, but let's try to simplify this thing so that people maybe can relate. Yvonne?
Yeah.
I had an amazing experience this past week, Yvonne. I visited someone who is doing 50,000 beds.
Wow.
In fact, it's actually 55,000 beds
in
Zimbabwe. And guess what? They're even saying we're actually part of the smallest. Right now, the people they are respecting, they're doing 190,000 beds per cycle.
Wow.
In Zimbabwe. And these guys are being paid about $1 per live bed. And I want you to multiply 50,000 by $1, 190,000 by $1. But let's narrow down. Before the bed gets to be level,
6 weeks.
6 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Tangari day old. I want you to imagine, Yvonne, for a moment, what people are day old, what tanga we feed. Week 2, you don't go at the symptom day old. Anything that's changing. And by the time you know week 4, apana growth that is corresponding to week number 4. What's your immediate direction? Something wrong.
Yeah.
Something wrong. But apana growth. Which is why we need people to get to a level, Yvonne, where they begin to ask the questions, fundamental questions. What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? Very important question. So you can get angry all you want about people. But Yvonne, if you don't confront yourself about your personal growth, if you don't confront yourself, engage yourself about, are you growing? Iwewe watanga mkamba niwewe 5 years, but is there real meaningful growth? When I ask about the retirement, you've won organization, hana kana change kana one. I don't go back to a testimony. Hey, I know one my diploma, one my degree in Andina, want to respect. Aiwa, I just my testimony. 5 years later, develop yourself. Grow yourself. Let's be able to measure the progress. Ta papi. So what I want to do today, I want to challenge people as well stepping into 2023 to understand some basic principles that will actually help you to grow. And I'm going to give you one thing that is very, very important as well about stepping into 2023, which is the importance of something called goals. What's your target for 2023? Yvonne, insanity, by definition, is repeating what you were doing in the past and expecting different results. And this is what a number of people are actually doing. Anotanga gorake 10 days, they are very fasting, they are so holy. After 10 days, they go back to their default. Anotanga are motivated, anima goals and chichi. The next thing, tango pinam gore, they go back to who they are. Chinonzi, a new year, Yvonne, is not the change in a calendar. What is called a new year is a change in the mindset. Meaning new year yako can actually start today. You can actually start a new year today and say, this is going to be my new year. Why? Because I'm going to change my decisions. I'm going to change my actions. I'm going to choose to become a different person. I'm going to become a better person. But why is it important for us to get to this point where we have got goals? And I think a number of people who are watching the soccer or the World Cup, they understand this better. Kuti Argentina is their winner. My goals. That's why by the time Magazonzi Teta extra time Jaramba Chichi, they had to go to penalties because they wanted to be able to distinguish the winner from the person who is not winning through goals. What is your major goal as you're approaching 2023? You know, I make the point that many people usually find offensive, Yvonne, that a number of people are afraid to die, but they have no reason to live. What is the one reason? What is that compelling goal? Energizer things, but that's the one reason why you're going to be energetic and say, I'm going to do this. Which is why we need to challenge people, Yvonne, to get a point where let's learn to set goals that require us to be in our best form. Let's learn to set goals that require us to step out of our comfort zone. Let's learn to set goals that require the best out of us. You see, a number of times we say something with our goals to be quite easy, just to be able to send my kids to school and so forth. It's okay. But I want you to set goals that require you. Kuti, kana wangu 9 hours zakurara Yvonne, you're going to say, I'm going to remove 1 hour. I'm going to go an extra mile. Kana wangu butama no one serious. You're now going to say, I'm going to start reviewing the quality of my cycle. Zinokubatsra in the sense you begin to understand. This is what I want. And one thing that I love about people who set goals, in the sense it heightens your level of discipline and it even heightens your level of focus. So a number of people, they're going to go into 2023 and you ask them, could you change 2023? And they're going to give you an answer which you think maybe very spiritual, but I say spiritual. That statement. That's not a spiritual statement. No, that's not a spiritual. That's a manifestation of confusion. Akuna response in the The Bible says men are the plants in a man's heart, but God's purpose will prevail.
Yep.
Meaning a man ought to plan.
Yeah.
What's your plan, Iwewe? What are you seeing in your 2023?
Wow.
And I want you to notice one thing. A number of people, they fail before they even get into the year. Why? Because we already give up before we start. A number of us, because we've not been able to really work on how we think. We usually think, you are right. Nothing is going to change, Yvonne, until you change. Nothing is going to change until you change that one thing that you're doing every day. Meaning, sit down with yourself and say, okay, this is my life. Put your life in front of you. And you begin to have honest, realistic, blunt, practical conversation. What is the one thing that you need to change in your life? And one of the things that we need to actually work on changing is our ability to set goals. And I like one thing about a goal. What's a goal? A simple definition of a goal is just an objective of what you want to achieve. Maybe I want to have a better relationship. That's actually a goal. I want to be closer with my wife. By the way, when I talk about goals, we're not talking just about money. It's 360. Let's try for a balanced life. They make a lot of money, but my family is very dysfunctional. They've got children, but we neglect our own children. So let's sit down with ourselves and have 360 transformative goals that help you live a better life. And these are the conversations we're going to be pushing in 2023. Tibasrane ku grower, tibasrane ku developer. In the absence of clearly goals, what is that one particular goal that is going to change the rest of your life? And I think you know the language about setting goals, that you need to have goals that are specific. In other words, you don't just say, I want to make money in 2023. Is it 10,000? Is it 100,000? Is it 50,000? Let's learn to do specifics. You see, one of the things that when you've got conversations, start. Establish. I'll follow to that status marry. Write a business. Okay, what type of business? Or do you want to do agriculture? Okay, do you want to do crops or you want to do animals? Then if you want to do crops, what type of crops? Or you want to do animals. Okay, I want to do chickens. What type of chickens? That's being specific. Ma broiler, ma roadrunners, ma layers. So let's learn to be specific. It does actually help us in the sense that we don't generalize. You see, a number of people, because we generalize, we're not able to actually grow. So learn to be specific, set my goals which are also measurable, achievable, realistic, action-oriented, and time-bounded. In other words, you don't just say in 2023, how are you going to break your year? Are you going to do it quarterly? Are you going to do it mid-year? How are you going to do that? And most importantly, in all that we're talking about, Yvonne, is to understand the power of personal responsibility. No one is coming to change your life, Yvonne. I've actually done a book called No One Is Coming.
No One Is Coming.
It runs No One Is Coming. I hope you read it.
I did.
Akuna, Yvonne. Arikuya. Yvonne. Ndaona kutambura kwako. Ndati uzokuchinja. Waranditumira ndikuchinja life yako. Life doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
No one is coming for you. You have to realize, Yvonne, you are the person that you have been waiting for. And this is the message I want Zimbabweans to hear. The reason why I actually wrote No One Is Coming is for Zimbabwe. Let it be a reminder that no one is coming even to change our country for us. It is us becoming better people. It is us taking responsibility. It is us doing the things that are within our control. It is us deciding every day when we wake up, I'm going to be the best version of myself. And once we understand the reality that no one is coming to develop you, Yvonne, you don't look forward to people. You don't look forward to your uncle. You don't look forward to your niece. You don't even look forward to anyone else. You understand that the goals are for you to make. Your goals are for you to attain and to make them happen. So goals require personal responsibility. That's why one of the things which you can do, which I think is quite terrible in 2023, is to repeat the formula in 2022, where you go through the year blaming people. If you're still following what people are saying about you, I'll start to watanga ukukura.
Wow.
I'll start.
I think that is for me, actually.
If you're still caring about I'll start to wakura. Kana uchine airtime yokufolowa makuwa, Yvonne. I'll start to ready for growth.
All right.
So, zvamakanzwa ndizvo pete sungana muzwa kambona womfana so
Andichaite
naro na vanhu zvamakanzwa ndizvo ikoko with the rice out. Are you with me? That's a very powerful song. You know, I was listening to it, I'm like, guys, who did this song? This is very good. This is the message. Make it your motto. I don't correct or confirm or deny makuwa. Kana mafungo ndiri important, you invite me first. I don't concern myself about what people say in my absence.
Wow.
No, I don't.
I thought that's
if
powerful.
you think I'm important, you invite me in the conversation. In fact, it's an act of cowardice, Yvonne, to talk about a person as Sibo.
Wow.
It's an act of cowardice. It's only people who are courageous. Yvonne says, Yvonne, panos are trying to discuss over pan. Never speak anything negative about a person as Sipo. Never. Always talk positive about a person. Aripo. Kana zva negative muda idze padhuze mumumpe an opportunity yokutaura, but if they decide to go level of for kutora mna sipweri vachitora zviri negative ndapota in 2023, because you understand your goals, Yvonne, don't follow up on gossip. Don't follow up on people who are going to say anything. In fact, if people are actually talking about you, it actually means you're worthy or important. People don't talk when you're useless. So it's good. It means you're making impact.
Oh, that's nice.
People recognize impact. And by the way, people are only threatened by impact. If you hear people not talking about you, you are in trouble, Yvonne. Aristotle got no, in order for you to avoid criticism, number one, do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing. So I'm
be
saying
nothing.
Yes, say nothing, do nothing. In I decided to be nothing, do something. Please talk. So instead of putting energy, Yvonne, in following up what people say, no, I want you to put energy in discovering yourself. Put energy and say, okay, 2023, I want to be building my first house. That's a goal. Do you have the money? No. I'll look for ways. I want to buy my first car. Do you have the money? No. I'll find ways. I want to start my business. If you've ever done a business, not yet. You don't say no, not yet. Why? Because this is going to become a first one.
Yeah.
Do something that you've never done before in 2023. And I want you to get into that year properly motivated, properly challenged, and properly understanding what you want to do. akuna munhu andorespecta sevanhu 2 number 1 varoi kunonzifambira chinhu 1 semuroi so chiro akadosvika makabika makaroni chichi ana basa afambira kuroya iwewe so fambira chinhu 1 semuroi. Number 2 fambira chinhu 1 saambulance drive ana basa nozono kuna transport kunetsa ndonoita mari. Those guys, they're very clear, Yvonne, about what they want. 2023, identify your most important goal. And once you identify your most goal, I want you to be obsessed about it. And I want you to make it your life purpose. This is what I want to do. By the way, never be fooled by people who say nothing is happening in Zimbabwe. People are making things happen in Zimbabwe. Munom. And this is why I want you to join a club. Join groups of people who are setting goals that require them constantly to become better versions of themselves. And I want people to understand this reality. Guess what? It will change your life. It will provoke you.
And do you know what? Messages are coming in fast and furious. I know we've got 2 more minutes, but Hansi, thank you, Advocate Mandisimbisa. Very true. And you know what? It's like you came to me. It's like I called you, which Amen. I didn't. It's like you.
She called me.
Oh, she called you. About the Gospel Grades Top 50, which I just recently did. You know, and I was just kind of about it. And then you came in and then you said, don't follow. Things like impact. Impact
exactly.
Ah, wow.
People
Thanks,
follow
Arthur.
Impact. So, Yvonne, I'm going to be running a class in 2023 for those who want to be part and parcel of that.
Yeah.
I want to just work with about 50 people or so. It's going to be a very small amount of money because of commitment. Just about 50. How do you do your things? If you ever notice, if you throw my name on social media, Yvonne, just know, I don't respond. Hey, Marara, I don't respond. Do you know why?
Okay.
I'm focused. It's a focus in Muroi. I'm one. Focus ambulance driver. I'm 1. So be focused. Fambrachin 1 semroi. Don't moto go 2023. Fambrachin 1 semroi. Yeah. So
thank you so much, Arthur. It's just a minute and we need to go. It was short in the arm right here on Wednesday's edition of the Morning Galaxy. Arthur Marara, always such a vibe, and we're hoping to see you in 2023. Where can people find you? Very serious.
078 0055 152. 078 0055 152. You can also inbox me on Facebook. Very serious. One is hi and so forth.
Hi, hey, hi.
No, I don't respond. Don't waste your time. So tell us what family. Hi, my name is Ningi. This is what I want. I hope those people. I love people with clarity.
Here's to 2023, Arthur.
Let's do great things, eh?
We'll definitely see you in
and
2023.
Ignore them. Never waste precious energy on people who are not serious.
Okay.
Never.
Thank you, Arthur. Those were strong, powerful words as we launch ourselves into 2023 right here on Wednesday's edition of the Morning Galaxy. We'll definitely link up with Arthur same time next week on yet another insightful edition of A Shot in the Arm. It is 10 o'clock on Star FM, sounding good all the time. It is time for the news.